Guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with a brand new video. This is Smokey. So when I say we, I mean me and Smokey. Say hi, Smokey. Can you say hi? Oh, she's just going to make rude sounds. So here we are at camp. You can see my view through the window here. Oh, wrong way. There. You can see my view. I've got a nice big picture window. Like there. This is a really old camp, you guys. So I just really love it. You can take a look at Smokey if you want. So we are going to be kitting up my next diamond painting that I'm working on. And it is going to be this diamond painting. Isn't that perfect for out here? So I can't even remember where I bought this one. Did I write it on here? I wrote Amazon. So I got this on Amazon. Good. I started to write things down because I can't remember. Isn't that beautiful? And I don't have a dock anymore. Our dock doesn't go in anymore because it's just too old. But our neighbors have a dock that looks very similar to this. And we do have, there's seagulls that come and hang around with me. And they actually follow me on my kayak ride. And the other day, a cormorant followed me on my kayak ride for half the ride. And I've never seen one before out here, so that was really cool. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a weird black duck, a real tall, skinny, weird-looking black duck. But he was really cool. I think he was fishing in front of my kayak because maybe I was scaring the fish. I don't know. But he swam in front of my kayak for a while. And then he'd just flap his wings from a sitting position in the water and just take off from the water. He didn't, you know how ducks kind of stand up and run and take off? He didn't do that. He just flaps and away he goes. And big, big wings. Super cool. And he did that over and over again. He kept landing in front of my kayak. He'd swim, then he'd take off, circle around, land. So I think he was just fishing and hoping I was scaring the fish for him. So anyway, I've got all the drills right here, and I'm just going to change your view so you're looking down at the table that I'm working on. So just give me 1 second. Here we go. So you can see the diamond painting a lot better now, right? Isn't that pretty? I'm so excited to work on this. And how many colors are in here? 23, perfect. So I've got this. And let's open these drills up and take a look at them. So you guys, I'm having such a beautiful, relaxing time out here now. My first week was pretty busy because I had to do some like work and repairs around the camp. But then the second, and now I'm into, I think, 2.5 weeks now. I think this is day 16. I've total relaxation, just swimming and kayaking and arts and crafts and reading. And oh my God, it's wonderful. And I hope the weather holds out so that I could stay until September. So this is packet number 1. So the sun has come out. I got to check and see if it's going to go behind a cloud again. Because if it's not going to go behind a cloud, then I have to close the curtain so Smokey doesn't get too much sun. Because the sun gets really hot through the window. But it's been very cloudy all day, so I don't have to close it if it goes behind a cloud. So let me see. It's not hot today. It's just around, I think the Weather Channel said it's 19 degrees. So it's like a warm, nice day. But not a hot day. So I'm going to have to take a look at that sun. Smokey's playing with her rings. You can see the shadow on the table of the rings going back and forth. She's making the sound of the squeaky door. Did you hear that? That's exactly what the door sounds like when you open it. And also she does the zipper sound. She did the zipper sound when you open and close that zipper. She loves sounds. And she does them so fast that I'm behind in telling you what the sounds are. And she likes the knocking sound. Like the knocking at the door. And sometimes she'll do the whole thing. She'll knock at the door and then she'll say, hello, who's there? It's so funny. Or she'll say, I'm coming. Hang on. That's pretty, isn't it? I hope I'm on camera doing this. Can you see what I'm doing? I think you can see. My phone, it has a lot of glare. So sometimes I have a hard time seeing what I'm doing. Smokey's doing me drinking coffee and going like that. Now she's sniffling. Because I was sniffling because I got adopted by a little pug and I'm allergic to dogs. Oh my god, you guys, the pug is so cute. I'll put some pictures right here of the pug if I can find them. Like, I took a million of them. It's just a matter of finding them on my computer. Isn't he adorable? So anyway, he lives next door. He belongs to, oh crap, I just spilled. You know, the problem is I'm half Italian. I talk with my hands, and as I'm talking, I want to move my hands, and you can't do that when you're pouring out drills. But only a few spilled out. And 2 more on the table. So anyway, yeah, what I was going to say is this pug kind of adopted me, and now he belongs to a child who lives next door, but the child doesn't live next door all the time. Her dad just has partial custody. So when the child comes, usually the dog comes, right? Well, sometimes the dog comes without the child, so I guess he offers to babysit. But he just lets the dog run wild. So and it's just a puppy. It's 3 months old. So I get really upset because he goes to work and he leaves that dog outside. And we're in the bush. We're in a forest. We have cougars. We have wolves. We have coyotes. Even an owl would go after a little dog like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it would. I'm not sure. But like, it's a small dog. It's like a stocky but small. So I really worry about it. And then the other day he went to work or somewhere and the dog was outside all day from, I got up at 6:30 in the morning and he was already outside waiting for me. He was crying at my door. And so I had to let him in because it was raining and nobody was home next door. So, but I'm allergic to dogs, and if it was just allergies, fine. I don't care if I'm sneezing or, you know, blowing my nose. I can live with that. But I have asthma. I have allergic asthma. So what that means is if I'm around an animal too much, I have trouble breathing. Like big trouble, not just a little bit of trouble. I have severe chronic asthma. And I take medicine for it every single day. And if I have to take more medicine, then I have to start taking prednisone, which is a heavy-duty steroid. And that's very, very hard on my system, and it's hard on my emotions. It gives me really bad mood swings. It makes me gain weight, and it's the only thing that helps, though, other than getting the Ventolin treatment right at the hospital where they put it in the machine, and it's like mixed with oxygen. But it's a serious thing. It's not a light thing. So I hate being put in the position, because I love dogs, I love all animals, so I hate being put in the position where I'm either going to let that little puppy out in the rain or I'm going to get sick. It just doesn't seem fair. So of course I choose the puppy over myself every time. But I did not see the puppy yet today, and I'm hoping that the lady came and took the puppy home. So, yeah. And my neighbor, I guess he grew up out here, and that's how his dogs were always raised. They were always allowed to run, and that's okay if you have like a husky or a German shepherd or something that can hold its own, but a tiny little pug, I'm going to go tell him, you know what, just buy poodles from now on. Get big poodles. Like a big standard poodle can hold its own, and I can let it in the camp as much as it wants, and I won't get sick because I'm not allergic to poodles. But yeah. My heart broke for that little pug outside by itself all day. Or it would have been if I weren't here. And then the other neighbors to my other side, they live in America, and they have the camp next door. They call it a camp, but it's like a house. It's huge. And they said they let the pug sleep over at their house one night because he showed up at their house. Right after he showed up at my house, he showed up at my door at right around 12:30 the other day. And he wanted a treat because I have dog treats out here because there's so many dogs that always come. And sometimes I have to bribe them to get out of the house if they accidentally get in the house. So I bribe them with a dog treat to make them go outside and get the treat, right? And also I just love dogs. But anyway, he came and got his treat, and then he cried at the door to go out, and I thought he went home. And I thought, oh, great, he's going to go home now, because I looked next door through the bush, and I could see the light was on, so I knew someone was home. And I assumed he went home, but he didn't. He went to my other neighbors, and he cried at their door to be let in, and then they let him sleep there overnight. So I don't know whether this puppy just goes door to door or what. And I think the reason he went to the neighbors is the neighbors have 2 dogs and a puppy. And the pug puppy really likes their, I think it's a cocker, no, what is it? A Labrador Retriever? No. It looks like a lab, but it's not. It's got longer hair. A golden Retriever. So, yeah, I think the pug just went there because he loves that dog. Look at this pretty yellow. But anyway, I doubled up on my allergy meds, and I started taking my my Advair, which is, it's a puffer that prevents asthma attacks. And I have a second allergy pill that I can take if I need to. So, but after that, the only alternative I can go to is prednisone, and I don't want to do that. And to do that, I'd have to call my doctor and probably go in, because I have a new doctor now. So my old doctor, I've known him since I was 17, and he retired. But if I got bad, he knew that he could trust me to just call in, and he'd just call in the prescription. Or if I was bad enough that I had to go to the hospital, then he'd see me at the hospital. He always used to come in. Touch wood, I haven't been hospitalized for a long time with my asthma. When I lived in the Toronto area, I was hospitalized about 4 or 5 times a year, like for 2 weeks each time or more. It was terrible. I was always in and out of the hospital. Here in the Sioux, they just send you home. Here in the Sioux, if you have an asthma attack, it doesn't matter how many asthma treatments you need. Like, at one time, I had 6 or 7 treatments in a row, which is really bad. That you should only need 1 or 2 to get better. So I was really bad, and they still sent me home and said, come back if you need more. Whereas when I lived in the Toronto area, I lived in Brampton, Mississauga, Etobicoke. The hospital in Brampton and Mississauga, if you take more than 1 Ventolin treatment, they put you in the hospital and they keep you for observation. And they don't let you go until your peak flow readings are in the out of the danger zone. And here in the Sioux, they never once check my peak flow meter readings. So we don't have good emergency care in Sault Ste. Marie, unfortunately. I mean, they'll take me right away when I need to go. Well, or they did. That was all before the pandemic. I have not gotten sick since before the pandemic. The pandemic helped me, because a lot of people go out sick, like with just normal colds and flus. And if I get a normal cold and flu, quite often it develops into pneumonia or bronchitis for me. And all of that triggers my stupid asthma. So having to stay away from people actually helped my health a lot. Smokey's clearing her throat and coughing and breathing heavy. I'm talking about asthma, and she's doing it all for you in the background. Isn't that pretty? And she does the sound of my Ventolin. Here's one of my old Ventolins. Listen to this. I have to shake it before I take it. And then when I take it, it sprays. And then I kind of go, and usually I'm wheezing before I take it. She does the whole thing. She imitates me wheezing. She imitates the sound of it shaking. She imitates the spray. And then me breathing properly. I always say if I die of an asthma attack, Smokey will do the instant replay. Hey, Smokey, you listen to everything. You can't see her, but right now she's hanging upside down from her cage. I gotta let her out of her cage after. I try to let her out to stretch her wings, but I can't do it while I'm working on diamond painting because she's just too interested, and her favorite thing in life is to throw things around. Right now she's hanging upside down and playing with her rings. I don't know if you could see, like, in the shadow on the table. She's yelling at the rings. She loves rings. They're her favorite toys out of all her toys. And she's squawking at them. We're on 15 already. So I've been watching Monk. I'm on episode 11 of season 1 of Monk. And it's so funny because I remember Monk much more than I remember Battlestar Galactica. And I watch Battlestar Galactica and Monk every summer at camp. And every year I can't quite remember what's going to happen next in Battlestar Galactica or who the final 5 Cylons are. Like, I always remember Colonel Ty as one of them. But I can't ever remember who else the other ones are for the final 5. And I watch it every year. And I can never remember. Monk, I watch also every year. And I remember every plot, everything they're going to say. I remember it. So weird. Why is memory like that? My brain just must comprehend a Monk show better. Number 16. Pretty color. I think that's part of the sandy beach, maybe, or part of the sunset. What do you think? Sunset or beach? There's not really a beach, it's just a dock, right? See, my memory's so bad I'm changing the picture as we speak. So it's very hard painting just from looking out at nature. It's so much harder than following a tutorial or looking even at a picture. I can look at a picture and paint, and I can follow a tutorial and paint, but for some reason looking at real life and painting is so much harder, and I don't know why. Well, maybe because real life is 3-dimensional and a picture is not. And I've been learning, oh, I forgot to open my thing. I've been learning how to draw, trying to learn how to draw better. I'm very bad at it. And then I get frustrated with it. I do better with painting than I do with drawing, but you have to know how to draw to paint properly unless you're always just doing landscapes. And even then, like, if you want to put like a house or something, you need to be able to draw. 18. Okay, I think I have ink on me. I always have dirty hands out at camp, and my nails are atrocious. I forgot to bring my nail clippers, so I've just resorted to like using scissors to cut some of them. 18. Smokey, are you hot? Hang on, you guys. The sun just came out again. I'm going to have to close the curtain in front of Smokey. I don't want her to get too much heat because she's right in the window, and that's got to be like a greenhouse. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. I had to close the curtain so the bird doesn't get heat stroke. It was fine when there were clouds, but now there's some clear sky peeking through, so I closed all the curtains near the bird, and I just left one window open, one part on the corner far away from her. Said I'm still getting light, and I turned on the overhead light. We're on number 19. Smokey, don't burp. Don't fart. Oh my God, Smokey. There's only this many left, and they're all the earth tones. So I brought a lot more diamond paintings out with me this year than I did last year, because last year I was sad that I ran out of diamond paintings. I would have had time to do a few more, I think. So this year I thought I only brought 4. So then when I went to go choose which one to do, I remembered I had this one, and this is the one I wanted to do. And I knew I had one other one that I remember bringing. But there were 2 other ones that I don't remember putting in my container. So I still have 4 left, which is awesome. Because last year I only brought 4 altogether, I think. Or maybe 5. This year I think I brought 6. And I thought I only brought 4, so like I forgot that I had decided to bring extras. Because I didn't think I would need as many because I want to be painting and drawing as well. And reading. And there's only so much time for everything. Because swimming, on the days where I go swimming, I'm just so tired. This is number 20 and I forgot to open it. Swimming and kayaking out in the fresh air. Yeah, right, Smokey. When I get done, yes, was it yesterday or the day before? I went swimming for 2 hours and kayaking for 2 hours. And one day I went swimming for 2 hours and kayaking for 3 hours. And I'm so exhausted at the end of that my body feels like a wet noodle, like I have no bones left when I'm done. It's so funny. And then the next day I'm stiff. But right after doing all of that, I'm like, it's like I have no bones. Like, where are my bones? They're gone. I went for a nice long walk one day. I've been getting lots of exercise. You think it would help. That does not belong there. It seems to me that no matter how much I exercise, it does not help for losing weight. The only thing that helps for losing weight for me is extreme calorie restriction. Oh, and surgery. Weight loss surgery helps great. It's great for losing weight, but... Number 22. But I find after I had the surgery, the only way to keep all the weight off was to restrict myself to 500 or 600 calories a day. And that's unhealthy. I was passing out. That's like anorexia. But I did it. I did it for a few years. I was thin for a few years. Thin for me. Not thin for a real thin person, but thin for me. I had lost 130 pounds. And I gained a lot of that back during the pandemic because I actually believed I was going to die of an asthma attack during the pandemic because so many people were dying. And I thought, if I get it, I mean, if a flu almost takes me out, if I get a flu and it turns to pneumonia and asthma and I'm in the hospital, how am I going to deal with the pandemic? You know, with COVID. And I thought I was going to die. So I thought, do I want to die? Not eating chips, not eating cookies, not eating my mom's delicious baking. And the answer was no. So I ate everything I wanted and I gained a lot of weight back, about half of the weight back. Like I'm still much smaller than I was when I started out, but I'm not anywhere near where I was when I was at my thinnest, unfortunately. Like I'm a big person again. Not as big as I was. Huh? Smokey's like, huh? But when my asthma's not bad, I'm still very active. So it's got nothing to do with how active you are for someone like me. For someone like me, it's purely calories. I gotta restrict calories. It's the only way I lose weight, unfortunately. And there we are. This is all kitted up. I babbled like crazy. I apologize. I have no idea what I was talking about. It's just top of my head things. I think this is going to be really beautiful. I'm really looking forward to starting this. I'm going to start this tonight. But now, since the sun's come out, I think I might take my kayak out if the waves are down. I'm going to check the weather, and if it's not going to get windy, I think I'm going to go for a kayak ride. So, okay, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you like this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell, all of those good things that help support me as a content creator on YouTube. And I am very much looking forward to watching all of your videos when I get back in September. I'm really missing watching them. I wish I had internet out here. All right, guys, take care and stay safe. Bye.